Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of TheSHIP, a podcast that explores the nature and dynamics of relationships between mentors and mentees. TheSHIP serves as a platform for mentors to tell their stories about how they have navigated to where they are. We will hear stories about their critical points or pivots, aided by those who mentored these mentors, helping them to discover their purpose. I am your host, Asante Malima. And today we'll be talking about Leonard Shayo's story, our Mzee wa satellite. Mzee Shayo has explored a multitude of sectors from communications, broadcasting, embedded systems, aerospace, robotics, alternative energy systems. His journey reflects a deep-seated commitment to pushing the boundaries of possibilities and driving impactful changes and across diverse fields. His dedication to leveraging his expertise to make positive impact on a society is what inspired us to invite him on this platform. Karibu sana kaka. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much for having me, Brother Asante Malima. Very grateful to be on this platform today. And I can't wait to explore together and what we can achieve together, and of course to inspire also people who will watch this program. My name is, as you said already, I'm Leonard Shayo, or you can call Leonard Shayo, born and raised in Tanzania, particularly to be specific in Kilimanjaro. And then I studied there in primary school and secondary school. In primary, I was studying in primary school called Mazoezi Primary Practicing School, which is found in village of Marangu. And also secondary school, I finished my O-level in what's so-called the Minja Technical. It's a technical school found in also Kilimanjaro. Before I went to high school in Moshi Mjini or Kilimanjaro town with a school called the Majengo High School. That is where I finished my high school program, which was my studies was physics, chemistry, and mathematics.
PCM.
Then PCM. Then after I went to college, university called college called the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, which is found in Dar es Salaam. That was back in 2010. So I finished school there in 2013, with the degree, bachelor degree in electronics and telecommunication engineering. And then afterward, in 2013, I managed to get starting a job in one of the, ICT company in town. Then I spent 1 year and a half before I got a scholarship to go to Finland to pursue my master's degree, which was specifically in physics of light, or we can say photonics, and photonics and optics in overall in that way. So I was in Finland from 2014 up to 2016. And then I spent another 1 year practicing a little bit what I was working on, I was studying on in Finland. So I came back to Tanzania in 2017 with a lot of ambition, with a lot of energy, trying to impact positively my community, trying to start something, in trying to revolutionize how technology can be impactful positively the community here in Tanzania. And the Tanzania is where I am since then, 2017 up to today, 2024. I'm still trying to make positive change, as I said, and I'm still here trying to do 1, 2, 3 things. And I'm also full-time employed with one of the biggest broadcasting company as a broadcast engineer here in town. So that's a little bit brief about my journey. I know you will spot some places, and if you will I will try to explain in details.
Yep.
I'm sure our audience will love to hear that.
Yeah.
And please do not hesitate if there is something else you want to be, for me to be more clear. Let me know. But overall, that is my journey. Yeah.
That is so fantastic. That is fantastic. What I heard there is you started your training in electronics and telecommunication. You went and did in physics or of light or photonics, and then you came back. Now you're working as a broadcasting engineer. And what really excited us to bring you here, Mzee Leonard, is your passion to drive positive change in the community. And where do you think that passion to make a difference came from?
Well, as I said before, I was born and raised in Tanzania, in the village of Kilimanjaro. When I was growing up there, as you know, I think even you didn't. I'm sure you didn't came from the very established city or modern world we are calling it. But in the village, we don't have much in terms of technology, exploration. But for me, my background, that curiosity of a child since the beginning, when I was in primary school, trying to do this, trying to explore how the electronics works, how the devices works. So that is the beginning of my journey, trying to explore technology. And then after, when I was growing up, after doing what I was doing when I was young and in primary and secondary, then I look back to my community. I say, no, I looked at other countries, how the technology solve that community challenge or local challenges. And then I say, why I should not use the opportunity that I got and travel all these countries and the knowledge that I gathered, why I should not use that capacity to transform back home. That was my motivation. I have the knowledge, I have the skills. It is time now for me to giving back. You have this and then you have to give back. You have to do something back home, not instead of trying to maybe stay somewhere else or do something else in other countries. But that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
It makes sense. You're coming from humble beginnings, and you have been privileged enough to get a high level education, and now you're trying to find a way of giving back to your community. It's a very noble cause. I would like to dive deep a little bit about something that I learned from you, that when you were at, I think at Marango, you developed a radio station. Tueleze hiyo ile redio uliotengeneza kule, ili kitu gani kilikusisimua mpaka ukaitengeneza ile redio na yeah, where you at with that radio right now?
Sure. Hii nimeshaieleza hapo kabla, lakini huwa sichoki kuielezea tena, kwa sababu hii ndio ilikuwa mwanzo wa hii safari yote ambayo mpaka sasa hivi ninayo. Huwezi kuamini, niko shule ya msingi darasa la 5 la 6, nimeanza uharibifu wa vijana wengi, watoto wengi ambao wanapita njia hii wanaanza huo utundu kujenga hichi, vunja hichi. Mimi nikaanza kuharibu redio sana za nyumbani. Nimeharibu sana redio za nyumbani, lakini katika kipindi hicho najiuliza ndani kuna nini? Kwa nini una tune kipindi hicho? FM haipo, tuna AM. Kwa nini unawasha redio, unaweka betri? Tena nyumbani kwa tuna umeme. Unaweka betri, unasikia sauti ndani. Inakuaje? Kuna station somewhere mtu anaongea. Kwa nikaanza kuvunja redio za nyumbani, nikaanza kuzirudishia sasa zifanye kazi tena. Kwa hiyo safari ndio ikaanzia hapo. Sasa katika kujenga na nikapata mentors wengine, nikawa natembelea mafundi wengine walioko mjini, nafunga safari, naangalia, naenda kujifunza hii. Wengine walikuwa mtaani, hichi kinaitwaje, kwa nikajua hivyo component vidogo vidogo, mara transistor, resistor, capacitor, sijui nini hivyo, IC, chip, namna vinavyo. Imagine niko shule ya msingi naingia sasa sekondari, sina hakika kama nilikuwa na knowledge hiyo kubwa ya kujua kila component inavyofanya kazi, lakini uwezi kuamini nilikuwa najua kuunganisha mpaka viweze, either kama radio imekufa mpaka ifanye kazi, mpaka nikafikia hiyo stage ya kubadilisha circuit kutoka kwenye receiving mode, yani kupokea mawimbi, mpaka kutoa mawimbi, transmission mode. Hapo ndio ilikuwa breakthrough. Sasa ilikuwa form 1 hiyo. Baada ya kuona kwamba pale mtaani zile wakifungulia redio mimi naingilia yale mawasiliano, kunakuwa na mawimbi ya interference, wanaanza kusikia sauti yangu badala ya sauti za ile redio Zuchuni. Hapo nikasema no, hii spark it was sparking moment kwa kweli. Yani ilikuwa ni moment ambayo mpaka leo ukienda kijijini kila mmoja anakumbuka, nikienda Kilimanjaro kila mmoja anakumbuka hiyo event. Basi mimi nilichokifanya,
hakukuita mchawi Leonard anaingia kwenye redio sasa.
Walifanya mambo mengi, walikuja wakavamia, wakaja hadi nyumbani, nini kinachoendelea Leonard, nini, baada ya kusikia sauti yangu na kujisikia jina langu. Baada ya muda wakaja nyumbani, wana kijiji, nani vurugu nini, hakuweza vurugu, lakini walikuwa na ile shauku, nini kinachoendelea, unafanya nini, mbona redio zetu zimekuwa hivi. Kwa umbali fulani nikaweza kumanage kadri siku zinapokwenda, form 1 form 2 nikamanage kuanza kuifanyia maboresho, natoa hichi naweka hichi, inakaa inatulia, haingilii tena frequencies za watu ama mawimbi ya watu wengine, station nyingine. Ikawa redio rasmi. Nikabadilisha chumba changu ambacho nilikuwa chumba changu na kolala ndo hapo Karakana, nikabadilisha ikawa studio kamili. Sasa nikapata ndugu zangu mzee, mama wakanipa redio, huyu ananipa redio, huyu ananipa kanda, huyu ananipa hizo za cassette 2000 mwanzoni mwa 2000 mpaka 2000 na ngapi. Kwa hiyo tukaanza redio rasmi katika kijiji cha Marangu, Kilimanjaro, ambapo ilienda kama kilomita 15 hivi. Tuka broadcast kuanzia kipindi hicho, mimi na ndugu zangu wadogo zangu na majirani zangu kama watu 5 au 6 hivi. Kwa hiyo tunakuja, natoka shule form 1 hadi form 4 ninasoma day school. Kwa hiyo nikitoka ile saa 10 ninarudi nyumbani straight, najifungia chumbani, na washa mtambo wangu, tunaenda hewani. Kwa hiyo ikaenda ikakolea kiasi kwamba shule tena nikaona hapana, shule inanipoteza, inachukua muda mrefu sana, naenda nakaa shule muda mrefu, alafu huko watu wananisubiri hewani. Kwa hiyo nikawa natoroka shule, muda mwingine naenda na sign tu na check in, nakaa narudi kwenye saa 8 hivi, saa 9 tunaenda hewani,
narusha matangazo.
Narusha matangazo. Kwa hiyo ikaenda wazazi wakaona huyu itakuwa noma sana, ataharibu. So they transfer me to boarding school. Then nikaenda boarding school, nikamalizia form 4. Nikatoka form 4 ndo nikaenda high school kama nilivyokuambia. Nikaenda high school form 5 na 6 nikakaa boarding pia. Kwa sikurudi tena radio, nikaifunga, nikawa nafungua tu likizo. Ikaenda mpaka 2008 ikawa mwisho, baada sasa kuanza kupata taarifa kwamba ama kujifunza kwamba hivi vitu nitakuwa upate leseni, kwenda umbale huu unaweza kuleta shida kwenye jamii na nini. Nikasema hii nimeshafanya, na iacha kwa sasa hivi, naenda chuo. Kwa hiyo hiyo ndio ilikuwa safari ya kutaka pia kwenda kusoma mambo ya electronics, mambo ya mawasiliano, telecommunication. Ndio safari ikaanzia huko, nikaenda DIT, nikaanza shule yangu rasmi sasa kujua hivi vitu professionally vinavyofanya kazi na the whole industry inavyofanya kazi. Kwa hiyo ndio ilikuwa safari yangu kwa upande huo, katika segment hiyo.
Unajua ni watu wengi hawajui mzee Steve Jobs katika around the same age hizo ndio aliomba some of the parts, watu wakamtumia parts, and then I was able to make a small prototype of a computer. So lakini baadaye alipotengeneza ile prototype, wale jamaa walimletea zile parts, wakamuinvite kule kwenye company, wakaanza kummentor. Kwa upande wako wewe, je, ulikuwa I know umesema kwamba ulikwenda kwa wale mafundi ambao wanaotengeneza hizo parts wakusaidie uweze convert from receiving to transmitting. Je, ulipata mtu yote ambaye alikumentor in that journey, or was it ni utundu wako tu wewe mwenyewe?
No, mimi it was mostly my utundu wangu, kwa sababu naweza kusema mentors kwanza ambao nimeshaweza kusema ni wazazi, ambao wazazi walinipa hiyo ruhusa, just do it. Nilikuwa nakwenda kwa mafundi, nadhani nakumbuka ni fundi mmoja tu, yeye alikuwa anatengeneza pia hizo radio mtaa fulani, namuuliza hichi kinaitwaje. Then ile kurudi nyumbani na kuanza kufanya mimi mwenyewe, ilikuwa it came like ile trial test mpaka ukapata, lakini hakuna kwamba alitokea mtu akaniambia inafanyika hivi. Mimi specifically I spend my time nikimuuliza ile excitement, unaweza na hapo ndipo safari ilipoanzia. Kwa hiyo mentors naweza nikasema pia walikuwepo hawa wanaotengeneza, lakini sikuwa nimepata muda mzuri sana wa kukaa nao. Kumbuka nina mambo ya shule na mambo ya afu ni mdogo, kwa hiyo siwezi kwenda mbali na nyumbani kwenda kukaa muda mrefu kumuuliza. Nilikuwa napita tunamuuliza, jamani hichi mnafanyaje, kinaitwaje hivyo, kwa napata yale majina, narudi nyumbani.
Ndio.
Kuingia form 1 at least ndo kuna vitabu hivyo vya physics, but still they don't dive you deep
No.
enough to
No.
understand how the circuit works, mpaka even form 6. Yani
Absolutely.
umeishia form 6, umefanya sana, umetengeneza ile flip flop nini basi, but that's
Yes.
it, that's it.
Yes.
But they're all like, ungeniambia kwa kipindi kile labda umchukue kijana wa kidato cha 6 na yoyote, hata wachuo, na mimi hata wachuo mpaka kuanzia mwaka wa kwanza mwaka wa pili wa engineering, umweke hapa na uniweke mimi kipindi kile niko form 1, wote mfix radio hiyo, mleteo radio mbovu mfix, mimi ningemaliza ndani ya muda mfupi sana. So you can imagine how a kid can be so powerful in terms of imagination and create that imagination into a workable thing. I mean, it's big. Na imani una watoto na kusihi tuzidi kukumbushana kwamba watoto wana nguvu kubwa sana ya kufanya mapinduzi makubwa sana. Ile imagination, ile curiosity, ile ndio safari yake inapoanzia hapo. Na nashukuru nilipata wazazi ambao ni very understanding. They gave me that chance, that opportunity. I'm sure they are proud now the way I am moving, and they can't wait to see me continue doing this, what I'm doing.
I think you're absolutely right. Credit to your parents for giving you that liberty to explore and to innovate, kwa sababu kwa sisi tunavyolelewa Tanzania, mara nyingi mtoto akiharibu redio basi hicho kichapo atakachokipata kumbe ndo unaharibu innovation pale na innovation unaiua pale. Kwa hiyo ni credits to your parents for giving you that liberty to allow you to explore and learn and expand, and that's why I mean umefika hapo ulivyomaliza ile degree yako ya kwanza. Nataka kuingia kidogo kwenye hiyo work experience yako. Unasema ulimaliza pale, ulifanya kazi 13 mpaka 14, alafu ndio ukaenda kufanya degree yako kule Ufini. What was that first job experience like, and were you able to expand your skills as part of that experience, or did it professionally ilikusaidia vipi?
Well, after graduating in DIT, the first job was in overall in terms of technology, from ICT, security systems, mainly in security systems and IT. I mean, network infrastructure, installation, commissioning, and troubleshooting, and also I had a chance to work in one of the telecommunication company as a network administrator. So I spent more than 15 months before I left. So that was the very first job, and I had to learn a lot not in a practical way, and also in a teamwork. You know, I came from school and haven't been able to work before, so you meet experienced individuals who have been working for a couple of years, so they are able to share their time and experience and share how things are done, and also learn by yourself and trying to improve what the existing system is, study the system, improve, or help the team to achieve the goal that the company wants, vitu kama hivyo. Kwa hiyo nikafanya kwa muda huo, the owner of the company also alikuwa very cooperative, alikuwa anatupa opportunities that make sure kwamba apart from working, also they gave us the right tools to work with, na ilikuwa rahisi sana, na kwa kuwa ilikuwa ni in terms of, remember I studied all these vast span of things, from electronics, telecommunication, satellite, radar, name it, in general, like from school, kama wewe ulivyofanya. Na hapa unapata nafasi ya kuexplore segment hiyo, party hiyo. Kwa hiyo unajifunza mengi from the managerial perspective, technical. Ikanifungulia uwanja mpana sana pia kutengeneza network na watu kuanzia pale. Kwa hiyo mbali na technical wise, pia ilinipa nafasi ya kuangalia how the industry are running, how the industry cooperate na clients, how the industry satisfy their clients, how they attract more clients, how they make profits.
Yes.
Kwa hiyo unajifunza katika hii safari, unajifunza vitu vyote hivyo ambavyo kiuhalisia kwa shuleni hauvipati moja kwa moja until you come to the field. So it was like that for me. And then
absolutely.
Then after I get another chance to go and expand my horizon and meet another people and more experience abroad. That was my aim actually.
How did that happen? Because you worked for about a year in that company, and then you over a year, maybe 15 months, you said, and then you moved to Finland to go and do your graduate studies. How did that opportunity come into realization? Was it as part of the work, or was it a scholarship that you learned from somewhere? Or somebody told you about that opportunity? How did that come into realization?
Well, I've never asked this kind of question, but I like it. Very interesting. This part is very interesting. Hear me out. When I was graduating at DAT, and one of my close friends, I told them, no, I'm not going to settle until I go outside, because we have been here, we have been seeing why Europe or United States, name it, outside Africa, people are so developed. Why not us? Where are we lagging? Where are we missing? What are we missing? I'm not going to settle until I secure the opportunity to go outside, not only outside this nation, but outside this continent. I want to go and see what is happening out there. It doesn't matter whether it could be a scholarship, no matter what. Whoever going to invite me, I have to cross the border by anyhow. So what I did when I was working, at the same time I'm working, from morning to evening, I come back home. I was having a laptop. I sit on my laptop with the internet. I start applying. You can imagine, I applied to more than 60. I sent more than 60 applications worldwide, from UK, US, Canada, name it, everywhere. Then they came, some they respond positively, some not. Some they came with a scholarship, partial scholarship. Maybe they gave you this amount, the amount you need to pay. I say, no, I have nothing. My parents are not billionaires. They can ship money from Africa to Europe. No way. If I'm not going to secure the full scholarship, I'm not going anywhere. I don't know where I can get that money.
Yes.
So what happened? That drive, it was every day I go back home. Man, I don't sit around. I push the application. So from east to west. Then the reply was positive. Some, as I said, some are negative, some are partial. Then I had a couple of, like, not more than 6, 7, which were kind of full scholarship in terms of fee plus accommodation. You know this thing. Yeah, yes. You're living expenses. You have been through this also, I know.
Yes.
So among the nations which was in the list is including Finland. But Finland, by that time, I know now they've changed their policy. By that time, there were no tuition fee. Yes. So they offer me expenses only, accommodation, and everything. So they gave us. So I secured that. Okay, Leonard Shayo, please, you awarded Masters in Physics, Masters in Photonics to University of Eastern Finland. 2014 program running, 2014 to 2016. The accommodation and the life expenses are this and this, so we're gonna pay you this and this, come over. So that was the right choice. And why Finland? Finland is among the very cool country. So I studied those. I got to another one in UK and another one, I think, in somewhere in Canada, if I do remember. So I said, no, Finland is the
UK and Canada, did you also get full scholarship, or it was partial scholarship?
No, UK it was partial. Canada it was partial. I got a full scholarship in Dubai. There's one Dubai which has to connection to UK. There's another one in Sweden, and there is another one in, if I do remember right, it's Sweden, Finland, UK, Canada, and Dubai, something like that. Partial plus full scholarship. So that was the thing.
Great. I think what I'm learning from there, and what other people will benefit from that, is that drive and determination. When you set your mission and your goal, what you're trying to achieve, you go after it.
You
Full
go for it. You go for it.
full mode.
Full throttle, yeah, full throttle.
Congratulations. I think that's one of the things that we really want to emphasize out there, that hey, if you have a dream, you have a drive and determination, just keep at it. Something will pan out
Something
in
will
the
show
end.
up.
Yeah.
And remember, by that time, you know, you have these people, okay, you're trying to explain to people, here, I'm looking for scholarship. And you go even to the same, there are agencies also here in Dar es Salaam who are facilitating those kind of things. They have agents with other universities here. Then you're trying to speak to guys, hey, I need this scholarship. People are saying, okay, it's very hard to get a full scholarship. You're not going anywhere. You need to pay, blah, blah, blah. And then when I went to Finland, and I posted, hey, I'm in
Nico
here.
Finland
I'm having a scholarship. Nico Finland says, I say, how did you do it? So just go. Just like what you say, just do it. Just go. Don't look for any any obstacle. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
Yes.
So that was the journey.
Let's talk a little bit about satellites.
Okay. How did this came about?
Why satellites? And what vision do you have for applications of those satellites in Tanzania?
Well, why satellite? And of course, I expected this question because that is the project that I can say it was booming, the Toka. But I am also looking into multitude or multiple variety of technology that also can impact. Remember, I said that before. So for today, we'll talk about satellite because that is what is in the pipeline right now.
Yes.
So the journey, remember, I started my radio station. You're talking to people via airspace. You transmit your signals to people. So that was the inspiration, actually.
Yes.
Because remember, I was living in Kilimanjaro. By then, we didn't have a satellite television station by then. And we used to have, but we used the antenna. I installed a lot of antenna, and then they came dishes. We installed big dishes. Why we put dishes looking to the sky? Those are the questions came into my mind. Why do we push satellite dishes looking like this, looking to the space? Then, okay, there's something up there. How did it went there? And how can we, one of the benefits is communication. We see the television programs through satellites. Okay, so all that journey, I said, okay, maybe someday, question came. I even spoke to my parents back then. Maybe someday I'll be able to look up and design something. Even my parents remember, come up with the satellite. Or maybe I'll be in a team of who going to make satellites for Tanzania. So that dream, it started like that. That dream started like then. I started following all this what NASA they are doing. NASA wanafanya hichi, mimi nimo. NASA wanafanya hichi, natafuta. I remember when in high school tupo na wenzangu na washawishi, jamani, NASA wamerusha chombo hichi. Hey, wengine wanaelewa, wengine they don't bother. Hey, NASA wamerusha chombo hichi. So we went like that, and then I did some couple of projects regarding IoT back then, electronics here and there, but also space, it is in me still. Then I reached to the point now I need to do something. Study the space, study the satellites, what are the functions, what are the benefits, and blah, blah, blah. Tanzania, Africa, where are we in this disciplinary, sector, in this sector? Where exactly are we? And then I found out, Tanzania we are still backward, very backward. We don't own nothing regarding satellites. Then I said, okay, I should do something, right? I should do something. Then with this knowledge and skills and all this information about satellite that I gathered, said, okay, let me start with something very basic, very simple, and let's register. Let me do things legally. And remember, I came back from Finland 2017, sat down. I didn't have job, but I come with just few cents, few euros to sit around at the same time, make sure that I because I'm a grown-up man. I have to work. I have to raise money. I came back, but remember, I was working a private job. So when you go, you go. You come back to start all over.
Yes, yes.
So I started grinding in the street of Dar es Salaam, trying to build the project, but I figure out it's very hard. It's very hard in the street. It's very hard. So that's where I have to go back to the employment cycle and trying to make sure that I secure something for myself, making money. That's why I end up being in a broadcast. But remember, broadcast is still in me because I was broadcasting before even I went to university.
You came back full cycle.
So then I'm working, then at the same time trying to make sure that I come up with this project and put it into good use eventually. So I name it. I formed the company called the OLSPACE or Olduvai Space Center. I've tried also to explain. Naiona kwa nyuma hapo 2020 hiyo.
You have a company, OLSPACE.
Yeah, that's a very legally Olduvai Space Center. In short form, we can call trading name, we can call OLSPACE. Why Olduvai? We all know Olduvai is they call it a cradle of mankind. They speculate where the very, very early human being was there. In Olduvai. Olduvai is in Tanzania. Olduvai is in East Africa. So technically, we we assume the very early or the very first human being was in Tanzania. So Space Center. Olduvai Space Center came into existence like that. So I registered Olduvai Space Center as one of the founder. I have my friend also, who we partner together. We say, okay, we're going to register this. And then OLSPACE is like a trading name, is a short form of the Olduvai Space Center, OL, which is Olduvai, SPA is space, and CE is a center. That is the all sum up of the Olduvai Space Center.
I say thank you for sharing that. I mean, you know, when people will hear this story, they'll be curious. No, Tanzania, we don't have a satellite up there, but Mzee Shayo anataka kutupelekea satellite, lakini ameanza na satellite yenye application sasa hivi. Labda utupe uhondo kidogo. Why are you focusing on the application that you for the satellite that you have built? And what is your future ambition?
Satellite that I'm trying to, the original idea is to come up with the very basic to demonstrate technology. It's a technological demonstration. Just send something up there, be able to make sure you receive the data, collect the data, what is happening in space. So technically, it's a low Earth orbit satellite, because I believe, first of all, it is the region where I can be at least highly % sure this project will be achieved based on the capacity we have at the moment. So it's a technological demonstration device or satellite, let's call it that way. But also it's attached to things of environmental research. Eventually, I mean, once we're trying to expand, but in the very basic form, that was the original idea, based on the capacity we have. But I have the vision of having more of a constellation, more satellite, gathering more data from space and on land, and be able to study those data, because at the end of the day, all these people, I mean, many nations now, they're sending satellite, right? They want to own their own satellite. They don't want to rely on other people, instrument, because at the end of the day, you're going to be impactful in a way that you don't expect, because you have to receive the data based on the one who you are giving that tender to, because you don't own it. So
you're limited. You're limited when you're limited when you're working.
You are limited on other people's venture. So that's the vision that we need to at some point we need to get out of that. We need to have something on our own.
Does any of the African country does any of the African country has their own satellite up there other than? Do you know of any
Well,
other?
most of these, yes, they have. Yeah. They have been doing South Africa. They've been doing Egypt. They've been doing also. But at the end of there's a two-way. You can pay someone. Even you can pay someone. They can do it for you. They can launch it for you. They can operate it even for you. But still, you can say you own it because you put the money.
Yes.
There is another way. You can build it in your capacity in your home and give someone else to launch it. And then there is a third, which is
for the second one. Do you still own it? For the second one, do you still own it? If they launch it for you, you still own it.
Yeah. You still own it. You can still control it. You can still gather it becomes fully you. And there's a third one, which is very complicated. I don't see any African nation have done so. You build it, you launch it for yourself. That one is yet to be done. But for the other two mode, they have been done also. South Africa, we're doing Egypt, as I said, Algeria at some point. Kenya, you can imagine, even Kenya, they have done, but they've done mode one.
Mode one. Somebody pay somebody to build it and launch it for them.
Exactly, and launch it for them. Even Rwanda, they have done it already.
Mode one.
And the mode one. Last 2 years, there was a joint program between Zimbabwe and Uganda. They've done it already, and they are looking forward to do it again. So, in low Earth orbit, you have put your satellite, but it stays only on maximum 2 years, and then before the orbit and it's fall back. So you need to do it again because it depends also on which package of the satellite you're using. You can use the satellite which does have its own propulsion system, so you can trigger from the Earth and then it can continue revolving around the Earth and for some time. So for Africa, not only, I mean, I have the statistics, maybe if I'll open later, but there are a couple of countries which have been doing. Ambayo nimesha kuambia hiyo, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda na Zimbabwe, pamoja South Africa na Egypt. Wameshafanya hivyo number of times. Sisi bado ndo tunapambana kufanya hivyo. Na
how much does it take for the mode one to get something up there? Is it $1 million project? Is it
not even $1 million project, my brother? But the end of the day, what do you want to achieve? Also, that is very important, because for me, if you ask why Olduvai Space wants to do that, it wants to achieve two things: that to technology demonstration, that it is possible. We have been told that there is no air in low Earth orbits or in space. So we want to prove that, okay, we send something, it send the data, oh, there is no oxygen in space. There is this type of temperature, it send data, okay, you cannot survive under this temperature, it is true. There is this type of pressure, so you cannot survive in low Earth orbit without a space suit. It is true, you receive the data. Then boom, you've already demonstrated your prototype. But the second thing is to inspire the STEM community, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that it is possible to think beyond and trying to do something useful for humanity and spend your resources useful for our community, not only Tanzania, especially in Africa in general. So that is the two approach we are looking for Olduvai Space Center, OLSPACE.
And that is for low Earth orbits, in order to get the broadcasting and the ones to take the picture, for example, for GPS and things like that, for those kinds of communication. That one, it has to be beyond the low Earth orbit, or is it the second tier? And how do those work?
Okay, low Earth orbit, we call them Earth observation satellite. You can put your satellite in low Earth orbit, which is somewhere around 300 kilometers to 2,000 kilometers. Perfect. You can put your satellite there. It can take pictures of the planet, of the country, and it can also go beyond that. You can use this we call hyperspectral cameras. You can even record and capture the vegetation, the way, the environment, the vegetation, the construction, the build, the urban expansion, all these you can name by using low Earth orbit, spacecraft. Very possible, very possible. So that also is another very huge, project. And you've asked about how much it costs, because I like to explain. It goes like this: the weight of your project. What class is your satellite is? They are named based on the weight. So they have the official price. If you want to send to space this amount of kilogram or this amount of weight, this is the price. This amount of weight, this is the price. So for the project that we are doing, we are using a satellite of class 1U. We call it 1U, like 1 point something 3 kilogram of weight. So it design, building until launch, it can cost you up to, let's say, to the current, prices in the market. If you have around $300,000, you can achieve that project easily. $3,000 to $500,000.
And that is including giving it to somebody to launch it for you.
Yes, that is giving that for somebody to launch it for you.
So that is the mode 1.
That is the mode 1. That is the mode 1.
That is fantastic.
Of course, mode 1 and mode 2. Mode 2, you will look for you to build. You look the ways to navigate around, to buy the necessary components and material, build it, go for test and verification, pay for test and verification, pay for launching, pay for licensing, all this. So it can fall somewhere 300K up to 500K. Then you can have your satellite in orbit. You can track your data. You can receive your data. Remember, you need to install also the ground station, the station where you can monitor and track your satellite, receive those information and all that. So that's the whole point.
And does that budget include the receiving station that you have on the ground to receive that data, or that is separate? That one is separate. I would
like to say, of course, the receiving station is not that expensive like the spacecraft itself. It can, if you go to 500K, it can be inclusive. It is inclusive, basically.
Great.
It is inclusive. It is inclusive.
Question that has been lingering on my mind is for you, when you were explaining about life of a broadcasting engineer, you set up the broadcasting satellite over there to transmit the packages that you're making over there from the field to the center in Dar es Salaam. When you're doing that, is that a local transmission, or you go to a certain satellite up there and then the data is being sent to the main office in Dar es Salaam? And if it's the latter, you're using somebody's satellite, are you using somebody else's satellite that you as a company, Azam is licensing to use that particular
Sure.
lot?
Remember, we don't own any satellite, right? And then we are operating on a broadcasting satellite, which are huge and very expensive satellite. And they are located very far. Remember, they are in geostationary Earth orbit, which is somewhere around 36,000 kilometers from Earth. So you can find that one satellite is cost $3 million. You can imagine $5 million. $10 million. Those are the range of satellites which we are operating. So what they are doing, these are other people's satellites. These are, it can be France, it can be UK, it can be Germany. So what we are doing, they are doing business. They offer you a space like you're using for telephone or whatever. So they, like you're using for internet. So they offer you a space, we call it the bandwidth. So you transmit from your local ground, you send it to their satellite, they are beamed down to your local point where you want to, where your HQ or your headquarters is. That's what we are doing. We are sending their signal or our content to their satellite, then they beam down to our receiving station, which is of course in Dar es Salaam for this particular point of Azam and the way they work.
So this is, I'm gonna get techie over here, but it's not super important. But we can even take this part out. But I'm just out of curiosity. So for the person that you're using their satellite, those geo, do they have multiple, because a satellite is rotating in that orbit? So do they have multiple, so that I mean, if that one particular satellite is at a different location, you can use the one that is closer to the location that you're transmitting, so that you can send it to the mothership or the center office that you want to pick up the information? How does that work?
This is very interesting part. For example, I can tell you the name of the company. Let's say it's a one satellite called UTEL satellite, European Telecommunication Satellite. This company owns multiple satellites. They put in a geostationary orbit. There can be one beaming for Africa, the other one beaming maybe for United States, maybe the other one is beaming for Asia. So in our particular case, we are using the one which particularly beaming for Africa market, and they specify there in this type of a longitude degrees. So since it isn't just geostationary orbit, means it's overhead all the time. We are seeing it all the time. It is overhead. So we don't use multiple. We just use one satellite, because it's always, since it is in geostationary orbit, it's always looking into our head like that.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Oh man,
so that's what happened.
This is fantastic. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
Yes. So I say Mzee, thank you very much. Mimi kitu kimoja ambacho ningependa to get out of this, because I see that you have plans to work with other engineers, or to work with others to bring positive impact in our on the society and humanity. Have you decided where do you want to do this bigger project, like where you want to set up your receiving location? Does it have to be in high altitude area? And how the bigger question is, how can others support you in your mission?
Okay, you have said there that you want to work with other engineers, maybe training other people. I am really looking forward to that. But the biggest question is, at this moment, can you do that? Because I'm also trying to establish myself. I'm not ready in the position. I wish, and I'm looking forward to do that. But wanasema huwezi ukamsaidia mtu kabla wewe hujaweza kujisaidia mwenyewe. So what I'm going through now is to make sure that the plan is already there. I've already, established the plan so long that where the ground station or mission control center will be, where our ground station will be receiving, where are we going to control our satellites. The whole facility, the whole compound is already planned. It's just that what key missing point is the funds. How can we achieve it without the funds? Don't have the money, enough money to establish this. So I'm looking forward really to work. I tried at some point, before even working on a satellite, I tried at some point to take just join hands together, trying to do something, but it didn't go that well because everyone was working on his own, trying to establish. Kila mmoja anapambana na maisha yake, and they have the family, they have the bills to pay. We don't have, we haven't secured any fund, and so everyone part our ways. Everyone wants to do this, but then I said, no, I'm going to hold this dream until I make sure that something is coming up. So to answer your question straight up, I'm looking forward to do that. The plan is already there. The cost, everything, the amount of money that I need at least I require, because I'm not only looking for satellite, there are rocket projects coming. We need to, at some point, we need to launch our own rocket, because for how long are we going? If you want to establish yourself, want to show that you can do. I do believe there are people like you and others, others, that have the brain capacity to do things, but someone has to start somewhere. And that's what bothered me so much. But yes, I am there, but the key issue, this won't be achieved if we do not secure the right fund to make it. But the goal is there, the dream is there, the plan already established. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We have the brains to do that. You can, even particularly you, Asante Malima, your CV, your journey is making me think. These are the brains we need. Why we can't do these things? Why we always read about all these people,
Others.
Elon Musk and others, Elon Musk and the rest. Of course, I don't take anything away from him, but see, Elon Musk is very visionary, but plus his parents were billionaires. They were holding the mines in South Africa. Then when you combine these two things, boom. So how can I mean? it's sometimes it's frustrating, but what can I do? That's sometimes they say people, okay, yeah, just go, man. Things are not working in Tanzania. Just go abroad and work, and go to somewhere else and work, make your life. Why are you bothering this much? You are wasting your life. So some people, I've heard that comment. I've heard those comments. So my brother,
Mzee Shayo, what you have is what many people don't. It's a purpose. Wanasema kwamba wanasema msemo, there are two important days in your life, right? The day you were born and the day you found out why. So why is your purpose? You have a purpose. So sometimes you can have all the money in the world out there, but if you don't have a purpose, even billionaires, the one that you're talking about, some of them, they die miserably. Because they haven't done anything with their lives. Kwa hiyo mimi take a brotherly advice from me, kwamba you have the drive, you have that determination. Just keep up. I mean, I'm just hoping a platform like this will enable somebody to say, hey, you're looking for $250,000. We can go and find some funding over there. Give us your business plan and how you can do that. Because $250,000 is not too much money. The most important, it's not too much money. The most important thing is just think beyond proving somebody else that has already done. Like, there's no oxygen over there, the pressure can kill you. But when we send it over there, we're gonna do this that is of that value to that person, because it's a purchase. At the end of the day, it's a purchase.
That's where the entrepreneurship comes in. Exactly.
We're gonna put it over there. In addition to this is for us. This is for you. When we do this is the value that you get from this project. I mean, you can raise that money. It's just that keep on keeping up, and then keep that dream alive, and you have a purpose. You're doing a noble cause. But the biggest thing for me, selfishly, I say, you inspire me. You inspire me to also do more and see ways you can give back or work with people like yourself to do more for our country and for humanity. So again, thank you very much for this time. Kwa ziada, please jiunge kwenye mitandao yetu ya jamii, and if you have any mentors that you would like to advise to come on this platform, our email is theship.cast@gmail.com. Till then, ciao.